friends. Welcome back to my channel. The Indian Penal Code, 1860. Chapter 15. Of Offences Relating to Religion. Section 295. Injuring or defiling place of worship, with intent to insult the religion of any class. Whoever destroys, damages or defiles any place of worship, or any object held sacred by any class of persons with the intention of thereby insulting the religion of any class of persons or with the knowledge that any class of persons is likely to consider such destruction, damage or defilement is an insult to their religion, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 2 years, or with fine, or with both. Section 295A. Deliberate and malicious acts, intended to outrage religious feelings of any class by insulting its religion or religious beliefs, whoever, with deliberate and malicious intention of outraging the religious feelings of any class of citizens of India, by words, either spoken or written, or by signs or by visible representations or otherwise, insults or attempts to insult the religion or the religious beliefs of that class, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 3 years, or with fine, or with both. Section 296. Disturbing religious assembly, whoever voluntarily causes disturbance to any assembly lawfully engaged in the performance of religious worship, or religious ceremonies, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 1 year, or with fine, or with both. Section 297. Trespassing on burial places, etc., whoever, with the intention of wounding the feelings of any person, or of insulting the religion of any person or with the knowledge that the feelings of any person are likely to be wounded, or that the religion of any person is likely to be insulted thereby, commits any trespass in any place of worship or on any place of sepulture, or any place set apart for the performance of funeral rites or as a depository for the remains of the dead, or offers any indignity to any human corpse, or causes disturbance to any persons assembled for the performance of funeral ceremonies, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 1 year, or with fine, or with both. Section 298. Uttering words, etc., with deliberate intent to wound religious feelings, whoever, with the deliberate intention of wounding the religious feelings of any person, utters any word or makes any sound in the hearing of that person or makes any gesture in the sight of that person's or places any object in the sight of that person, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 1 year, or with fine, or with both. Chapter 16. Of Offences Affecting the Human Body. Of Offences Affecting Life. Section 299. Culpable homicide, whoever causes death by doing an act with the intention of causing death, or with the intention of causing such bodily injury as is likely to cause death, or with the knowledge that he is likely by such act to cause death, commits the offense of culpable homicide. Illustrations. A lays sticks and turf over a pit, with the intention of thereby causing death, or with the knowledge that death is likely to be thereby caused. Z, believing the ground to be firm, treads on it, falls in and is killed. A has committed the offense of culpable homicide. B knows Z to be behind a bush. B does not know it. A, intending to cause, or knowing it to be likely to cause Z's death, induces B to fire at the bush. B fires and kills Z. Here B may be guilty of no offense, but A has committed the offense of culpable homicide. C. A, by shooting at a fowl with intent to kill and steal it, kills B, who is behind a bush, not knowing that he was there. Here, although A was doing an unlawful act, he was not guilty of culpable homicide, as he did not intend to kill B, or to cause death by doing an act that he knew was likely to cause death. Explanation 1. A person who causes bodily injury to another who is laboring under a disorder, disease or bodily infirmity, and thereby accelerates the death of that other, shall be deemed to have caused his death. Explanation 2. Where death is caused by bodily injury, the person who causes such bodily injury shall be deemed to have caused the death, although by resorting to proper remedies and skillful treatment the death might have been prevented. Explanation 3. The causing of the death of a child in the mother's womb is not homicide, but it may amount to culpable homicide to cause the death of a living child, if any part of that child has been brought forth, though the child may not have breathed or been completely born. Section 300. Murder, except in the cases hereinafter accepted, culpable homicide as murder, if the act by which the death is caused is done with the intention of causing death, or secondly, if it is done with the intention of causing such bodily injury as the offender knows to be likely to cause the death of the person to whom the harm is caused, or thirdly, if it is done with the intention of causing bodily injury to any person and the bodily injury intended to be inflicted is sufficient in the ordinary course of nature to cause death, or fourthly, if the person committing the act knows that it is so imminently dangerous that it must, in all probability, cause death, or such bodily injury as is likely to cause death, and commits such act without any excuse for incurring the risk of causing death or such injury as aforesaid. Illustrations. A shoots Z with the intention of killing him. Z dies in consequence. A commits murder. B. A, knowing that Z is laboring under such a disease that a blow is likely to cause his death, strikes him with the intention of causing bodily injury. Z dies in consequence of the blow. A is guilty of murder, although the blow might not have been sufficient in the ordinary course of nature to cause the death of a person in a sound state of health. But if A, not knowing that Z is laboring under any disease, gives him such a blow as would not in the ordinary course of nature kill a person in a sound state of health, here A, although he may intend to cause bodily injury, is not guilty of murder, if he did not intend to cause death, or such bodily injury as in the ordinary course of nature would cause death. C. A intentionally gives Z a sword cut or club wound sufficient to cause the death of a man in the ordinary course of nature. Z dies in consequence. Here A is guilty of murder, although he may not have intended to cause Z's death. D. A without any excuse fires a loaded cannon into a crowd of persons and kills one of them. A is guilty of murder, although he may not have had a premeditated design to kill any particular individual. Exception 1. When culpable homicide is not murder. Culpable homicide is not murder if the offender, whilst deprived of the power of self-control by grave and sudden provocation, causes the death of the person who gave the provocation or causes the death of any other person by mistake or accident. The above exception is subject to the following provisos. First, that the provocation is not sought or voluntarily provoked by the offender as an excuse for killing or doing harm to any person. Secondly, that the provocation is not given by anything done in obedience to the law, or by a public servant in the lawful exercise of the powers of such public servant. Thirdly, that the provocation is not given by anything done in the lawful exercise of the right of private defense. Explanation: whether the provocation was grave and sudden enough to prevent the offense from amounting to murder is a question of fact. Illustrations. A. Under the influence of passion excited by a provocation given by Z, intentionally kills Y, Z's child. This is murder, inasmuch as the provocation was not given by the child, and the death of the child was not caused by accident or misfortune in doing an act caused by the provocation. B. Y gives grave and sudden provocation to A. A, on this provocation, fires a pistol at Y, neither intending nor knowing himself to be likely to kill Z, who is near him, but out of sight. A kills Z. Here has not committed murder, but merely culpable homicide. C. A is lawfully arrested by Z, a bailiff. A is excited to sudden and violent passion by the arrest, and kills Z. This is murder, inasmuch as the provocation was given by a thing done by a public servant in the exercise of his powers. D. A appears as a witness before Z, a magistrate. Z says that he does not believe a word of A's deposition, and that A has perjured himself. A is moved to sudden passion by these words, and kills Z. This is murder. A attempts to pull Z's nose. Z, in the exercise of the right of private defense, lays hold of A to prevent him from doing so. A is moved to sudden and violent passion in consequence, and kills Z. This is murder, inasmuch as the provocation was given by a thing done in the exercise of the right of private defense. F. Z strikes B. B is by this provocation excited to violent rage. A bystander, intending to take advantage of B's rage, and to cause him to kill Z, puts a knife into B's hand for that purpose. B kills Z with the knife. Here B may have committed only culpable homicide, but A is guilty of murder. Exception 2. Culpable homicide is not murder if the offender in the exercise in good faith of the right of private defense of person or property exceeds the power given to him by law and causes the death of the person against whom he is exercising such right of defense without premeditation and without any intention of doing more harm than is necessary for the purpose of such defense. Illustration. Z attempts to horsewhip A, not in such a manner as to cause grievous hurt to A. A draws out a pistol. Z persists in the assault. A, believing in good faith that he can by no other means prevent himself from being horsewhipped, shoots Z dead. A has not committed murder, but only culpable homicide. Exception 3. Culpable homicide is not murder if the offender, being a public servant or aiding a public servant acting for the advancement of public justice, exceeds the powers given to him by law and causes death by doing an act which he, in good faith, believes to be lawful and necessary for the due discharge of his duty as such public servant and without ill will towards the person whose death is caused. Exception 4. Culpable homicide is not murder if it is committed without premeditation in a sudden fight in the heat of passion upon a sudden quarrel and without the offenders having taken undue advantage or acted in a cruel or unusual manner. Explanation. It is immaterial in such cases which party offers the provocation or commits the first assault. Exception 5. Culpable homicide is not murder when the person whose death is caused, being above the age of 18 years, suffers death or takes the risk of death with his own consent. Illustration. A, by instigation, voluntarily causes Z, a person under 18 years of age to commit suicide. Here, on account of Z's youth, he was incapable of giving consent to his own death, A has therefore abetted murder. Section 301. Culpable homicide by causing death of person other than person whose death was intended, if a person, by doing anything which he intends or knows to be likely to cause death, commits culpable homicide by causing the death of any person, whose death he neither intends nor knows himself to be likely to cause. The culpable homicide committed by the offender is of the description of which it would have been if he had caused the death of the person whose death he intended and knew himself to be likely to cause. Section 302. Punishment for murder. Whoever commits murder shall be punished with death or imprisonment for life, and shall also be liable to fine. Section 303. Punishment for murder by life convict. Whoever, being under sentence of imprisonment for life, commits murder, shall be punished with death. Section 304. Punishment for culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Whoever commits culpable homicide not amounting to murder, shall be punished with imprisonment for life, or imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine, if the act by which the death is caused is done with the intention of causing death, or of causing such bodily injury as is likely to cause death, or with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years, or with fine, or with both, if the act is done with the knowledge that it is likely to cause death, but without any intention to cause death, or to cause such bodily injury as is likely to cause death. Section 304A. Causing death by negligence. Whoever causes the death of any person by doing any rash or negligent act not amounting to culpable homicide, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 2 years, or with fine, or with both. Section 304B. Dowry death. 1. Where the death of a woman is caused by any burns or bodily injury or occurs otherwise than under normal circumstances within 7 years of her marriage and it is shown that soon before her death she was subjected to cruelty or harassment by her husband or any relative of her husband for, or in connection with, any demand for dowry, such death shall be called dowry death, and such husband or relative shall be deemed to have caused her death. Explanation. For the purposes of this subsection, dowry shall have the same meaning as in Section 2 of the Dowry Prohibition Act, 1961. 2. Whoever commits dowry death shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 7 years but which may extend to imprisonment for life. Section 305. Abetment of suicide of child or insane person. If any person under 18 years of age, any insane person, any delirious person, any idiot, or any person in a state of intoxication commits suicide, whoever abets the commission of such suicide, shall be punished with death or imprisonment for life, or imprisonment for a term not exceeding 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine. Section 306. Abetment of suicide. If any person commits suicide, whoever abets the commission of such suicide, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine. Section 307. Attempt to murder. Whoever does any act with such intention or knowledge, and under such circumstances that, if he by that act caused death, he would be guilty of murder, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine. And if hurt is caused to any person by such act, the offender shall be liable either to imprisonment for life, or to such punishment as is hereinbefore mentioned. Attempts by life convicts. When any person offending under this section is under sentence of imprisonment for life, he may, if hurt is caused, be punished with death. Illustrations. A shoots at Z with intention to kill him, under such circumstances that, if death ensued, A would be guilty of murder. A is liable to punishment under this section. B. A, with the intention of causing the death of a child of tender years, exposes it in a desert place. A has committed the offense defined by this section, though the death of the child does not ensue. C. A, intending to murder Z, buys a gun and loads it. A has not yet committed the offense. A fires the gun at Z. He has committed the offense defined in this section, and, if by such firing he wounds Z, he is liable to the punishment provided by the latter part of the first paragraph of this section. D. A, intending to murder Z by poison, purchases poison and mixes the same with food which remains in A's keeping. A has not yet committed the offense defined in this section. A places the food on Z's table or delivers it to Z's servants to place it on Z's table. A has committed the offense defined in this section. Section 308. Attempt to commit culpable homicide. Whoever does any act with such intention or knowledge and under such circumstances that, if he by that act caused death, he would be guilty of culpable homicide not amounting to murder, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 3 years, or with fine, or with both. And, if hurt is caused to any person by such act, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years, or with fine, or with both. Illustration. A, on grave and sudden provocation, fires a pistol at Z, under such circumstances that if he thereby caused death he would be guilty of culpable homicide not amounting to murder. A has committed the offense defined in this section. Section 309. Attempt to commit suicide. Whoever attempts to commit suicide and does any act towards the commission of such offense, shall be punished with simple imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 year or with fine, or with both. Section 310. Thug. Whoever, at any time after the passing of this act, shall have been habitually associated with any other or others for the purpose of committing robbery or child stealing by means of or accompanied with murder, is a thug. Section 311. Punishment. Whoever is a thug, shall be punished with imprisonment for life, and shall also be liable to fine.